today I'm going to be explaining my motovlogging setup. It was around $300. It's a little bit more complex than just having a GoPro, but I'll show you what kind of quality videos you can make with this setup. And stay tuned till the end of the video because I will go in depth on what everything is and how to piece everything together to make a really good motovlogging setup for the value.
The motovlogging setup that I use right now is a GoPro Hero 6, a Purple Panda microphone, a Tascam DR05X, and then I also use a 10,000 milliamp external battery. So I'm going to go into why I use those things. So the reason why I use a GoPro Hero 6 is, to be honest, if you're going to be motovlogging, if you're starting out, if you're not like a professional channel or anything like that, there's no reason to use 4K. If you use 4K, it's going to take forever to edit the videos and render them. Yeah, my recommendation is go with a GoPro that does 1080p. It also helps if you have a screen on your GoPro, just so that you can see what mode you're in and what you're actually recording. There's been a few times where I didn't check my screen and I didn't see that it wasn't recording in video, it was taking pictures. So yeah, it was taking pictures and I didn't get any video, which was just, it was sad. So with the Tascam, you're able to adjust the input level. So right now I have the input at 12, which is fairly low, but that keeps the mic from getting maxed out and recording like distorted audio. So there's that. And then also with the Tascam, you can put in headphones and you can get a real live feed of what you're recording, which is very, very useful. Like, if the wind's too loud and the mic's picking up a lot of wind noise, you can just wait until the wind noise goes away, or you can kind of know that and kind of slow down or something like that. You can adjust to what you're recording, which is very, very useful. And another thing the Tascam allows you to do is, since you're no longer using the mic port for the GoPro, you can use that USB-C port to plug in an external battery. And when you plug in that external battery, that gets you a lot more juice for the camera. Like, you get, I think the GoPro Hero 6's battery is like 700 milliamp hours. I'm using a 10,000 milliamp hour external battery. So yeah, I can record for like 20 hours with the external battery pack. About. The Tascam that I bought actually came with the wind muff for the recorder, because the Tascam can be used as a standalone recorder, but I don't use it as that. So it came with a wind muff to put over that, which is a very, very heavy duty wind muff. So what I did is I put the wind muff that came with the Tascam over the Purple Panda microphone that had its normal wind muff, its fuzzy wind muff, and then I put the Tascam's wind muff over it, and I zip tied that shut, and that reduces a lot of the wind noise. Like right now, normally before I put this wind muff on, you'd be able to hear wind noise right now, but right now you really don't, even though I'm going 55 miles per hour. Granted, you're still going to hear wind noise if you go faster. Like right now, you can kind of hear it in the background, but I'm going like 80 miles per hour. So before I put this wind muff on and before I use the Tascam, if I would go 80 miles per hour with just the GoPro audio, there's no way you'd be able to hear my voice. You'd just hear wind noise. You'd hear like that. Like, so yeah, this is my setup that I've been using for better quality videos. I'm gonna give you a little rundown of what everything is when I get home.
So you saw the kind of videos that you can make with this setup. One thing that I forgot to mention is when you're getting a side mount, I'd really recommend a side mount, by the way, opposed to a chin mount. Side mount's more universal, but do not get plastic, get metal, because I have purchased 2 different plastic ones, and each time that I tightened them to a secure tightness, they broke on me. So make sure you get a metal side mount. And the case for your GoPro, you can go with plastic, you can go with metal, you can go with whatever you want. Metal might be a little bit heavier. This one right here, I actually got for the GoPro dongle. The GoPro dongle, it worked for a little while and it broke on me like 2 or 3 times. So I ended up going through 3 dongles before I was just like, you know what, I need something else. And I went with the DR05X Tascam. So the Tascam is great. It frees up the port on the side for an external battery, which is awesome. Changing batteries when you ride really sucks. With the Tascam, the settings that I use are for input. Here, I'll record. For input, I'll use level 12. That the louder your bike is, the lower you want the input. Otherwise, you're just going to hear a lot of engine noise and you're not really going to hear your voice. Or you might hear your voice, but there's just going to be so much background noise that it's going to be kind of hard to listen to. And it's a lot harder to fix background noise in post than it is to just fix it with the Tascam. So I use 12 for my bike. My bike's not that loud. You can use whatever you want, whatever you feel is good. And then for my volume, for my headphones, I don't have my headphones here, but I use headphones that I plug into this line out. And for my headphones, I use a fairly loud volume. I like it a little bit louder than what I'm hearing, so I like it amplified a little bit. This is what my Purple Panda microphone looks like now. This is the wind muff that came with the Tascam, and then I have a wind muff underneath there. Actually, 2 wind muffs underneath here. So that really helps filter out the wind noise. Again, like, there are ways to make your videos a lot more high quality than mine. There's actually filters that you can use for your GoPro, and you can use a certain kind of setting on there. I just have it on automatic light setting that will keep it from, I don't know if you saw this in my video, but the shade, when I went into shade and then came out into the sun again, the brightness adjusted automatically, but you could see it adjust. So there are filters that you can put on your camera, and you can set it to a special setting so that it's just the same brightness throughout the whole video. But you have to have a certain kind of filter on the lens, otherwise it's going to be too bright. And then if you have too dark of a filter, it's going to be too dark. So that's why I don't use ND filters. They're just a little bit too complicated for me. I like to just go out and record. I don't like to kind of try to figure out what I need, and I don't know. I don't like fancy. So I'm going to try to leave a link to all the things that I have in the description of the video. I'm going to try to leave the links all on Amazon. The only thing though, the camera, I'd recommend getting that off eBay. You really don't need a GoPro Hero 10 or a GoPro Hero 8 or anything really fancy, because honestly, I just recommend recording in 1080p for editing purposes, and you really don't need 4K unless you're a professional channel, but I'm guessing you guys aren't a professional channel if you're checking out my channel. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.